Shalom. Welcome to Kingdom Ministry. Please like, share, subscribe, click the bell for some more content. I've got to be quick now because I'm in a rush, so forgive me. Welcome. Praise high, the living creator, man. Yeah, just like you say that in my song, man. Praise the living creator. Higher, higher. I praise you all day long. You're my creator. Yes, you are. Praise high, the living creator. Brother chauffeur for the widow, the needy, the outcast, the stranger, the homeless, those suffering injustice. Pray for the end to come soon. Forgive me that I'm in a rush, people. I'm a family man, and I've got things to do all the time, man. So let's brother chauffeur to the higher, to destroy the wicked, to expose Lucifer and destroy him as well once and for all, man. Okay, let's brother chauffeur for truth and for protection for the remnant, man. My son's asleep, so I can't be too loud. Please go and watch the recap and then the introduction if you haven't already. And then come back to the lesson. Okay, not to start with the law, not to curse a ruler, that is the king or the head of the college in the land of Israel. Exodus chapter 22, verse 27. To appoint a king. Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 15. Not to appoint a ruler over Israel, one who comes from a non-Israelite. Okay, so the King Charles of Japheth from the Hanoverian dynasty shouldn't be sat on our thrones, and the other people, man, who part of their families. Deuteronomy 17:15. Okay, people, that's the law. Praise higher. Let's go quickly read this from the book of Enoch. In the morning, my boy, the Apocrypha, book of Enoch, chapter 46. Talking about me, talking about the Most High, yeah. Look, as it says in the Mark of Snow's book, yeah. Hell, white like wool. And it describes me, the righteous one. And Hebrew name, Zedek. That's my name. Dean, right in Hebrew, is righteousness, man. Zedek, man. Zedek is righteousness. And verse 1, in the morning, and I saw one who had a head of days, and his head was white like wool, like it says in Revelation. That's where Mark Snow copied it from. The author of the New Testament, yeah, who's a Roman. In the morning, my boy, and with him was another being whose countenance had the appearance of a man, that's me, and his face was full of graciousness, like one of the holy angels. And I asked the angels who went with me and showed me all the hidden things concerning that Son of Man, who he was, and whence he was, and why he went with the head of days. And he answered and said unto me, This is the Son of Man. That's why they have the Operation Coins of Prevention of a Black Messiah. This is the Son of Man who has righteousness, with whom dwells righteousness, and my name is Zedek, righteous. Zedek is righteousness. Dean, justice. Zedek, man, righteousness, with whom dwells righteousness, and who reveals all the treasures of that which is hidden, because the higher of spirits has chosen him. I had the dream of the anointing in 1996, as it speaks of it in the book of Daniel. The Most High said that one day you're going to be king, man, and whose lot has the preeminence before higher of spirits is up righteousness, uprighteousness forever. And this Son of Man whom you have seen will raise up the kings and the mighty from their seats. And that's what I've done, man. And the king and the strong from their thrones, and will loosen the reins of the strong and break the teeth of the sinners. And he will put down the kings from their thrones and the kingdoms, because they do not extol and praise him, nor humbly acknowledge him from whence the kingdom was bestowed upon them. And he will put down the countenance of the strong and will fill them with shame, and darkness will be their dwelling, and worms will be their bed, and they will have no hope in rising from their beds, because they do not extol the name of high of spirits, and raise their hands against the Most High, and tread upon the earth, and dwell upon it, and all their deeds manifest unrighteousness, and their power rests upon their riches, and their faith is in the gods whom they have made with their hands, wood and stone. And they deny the name of higher of spirits, H1961, Strong's Exodus 3 verse 14, I am. And they persecute the house of his congregation, Chris Cabba, Jordan Neely, Sanjay Massey, Robert Brooks, Ariana Jones, shot in the head by police, man, probably around corporation, do you understand? And the faithful who hang upon the name of higher spirits. They persecute the ones who worship the Most High, definitely, man, do you understand? Okay, next, we're going to read this family information. Okay, so info on the Clan McKinley and Clan Cheeky Man and Clan McKinley and Clan Campbell, recorded in the Labar, Gabala, Erin, the Book of Invasions. The Malaysian son of Moyle originated from Scythia before wandering to Spain. Scythia journey began with a Scythian king named Phineas, Farsaid, Egypt. Egypt, the Malaysian ancestor Gadhil Glass or Gad Lius was a contemporary of me in a past life, Moses, during the Exodus, and was cured of a poison snake bite. He was cured by Moses because he prayed, because I praise a higher. Crete and Aragon train them from the Holy Land through the Aegean Sea and across the Mediterranean, Spain, Iberia. My family travelled through the Mediterranean to Spain, settling in the northwest, modern-day Galicia. The leader of this migration was my ancestor for both Clan McKinley and Clan Campbell. My family lines, we was based in a city called Brigantia, often identified with Karuna. According to the Labor Gabala Erin Book of Invasions, the Malaysians migrated from the Iberian Peninsula to Ur of the Chaldees, or island where my family dwelt. Earlier, Abraham and his father also dwelt there. We came to Ireland. We conquered the Tula de Dan, our relatives, the tribe of Dan. Miles of Spain, a Spanish soldier and his followers left Iberia for Ireland, a journey prompted by the murder of their relative Eith, I-T-H, yeah. The Gaelic, in the morning, my boy. The Gaelic Irish origin from Furness Farsaid, king of Scythia. His son Neil was a scholar in the court of Pharaoh and married Scotia, the Pharaoh's daughter. Their son, Deal Glass, was healed of a serpent bite, like I said earlier. Years after years of wandering, because we did wander for 40 years, they finally settled in the northern Spain, Iberia, where his descendant built a tower from which his son, Ith, saw island, Iberia. One winter day, Burigan's grandson, Mil Espain, later conquered Ireland, who was in possession from the Danites. Clan McKinley, father's line, Irish, Scottish, royal descent, Malaysian. The McKinley family is documented as being descended from Miles or Milla, the king of Spain or Iberia. Specifically, we chase our ancestry through his son Herriman, and specifically from Eocha Dub Len. The Dub in etymology means black. Red Branch of Uliade in Ireland, Seps of Clan Farracrowson and Clan Buchanan, Clan Campbell, Mother's Line, deeply rooted in Argyll, Scotland. The clan gained power by supporting Robert the Bruce in the 14th century, which brought them extensive lands. In the morning, my boy, and royal favour. One of the earliest attested members of the Clan Campbell, Callian, was son of Gillis Bag, a knight and lord of the estate of Menstrie and Sorchilly. Forgive me if I pronounce that wrong, I'm dyslexic or dysgynod actually. In Clackmontshire. Clean's mother was Afrig, Afriig, a daughter of Colleen Dhonnchidh, the father of Neil, Earl of Cleric Afrigan, if that's how it's pronounced, was of the family of the Gaelic Earls of Carrick. Colleen himself was cousins of the future King Robert the First of Scotland, which explains the Campbells were so attached to the Bruce cause during the wars of Scottish independence. The Romans, Esau, who invaded Britain in 43 AD, called the central part of what is now Scotland Caledonia. My family, the early Celtic inhabitants, they called Picts. The Picts called their land Alba. Campbell is Gaelic, Irish, and Britannic roots deeply intertwined with the early kingdom of Dariata. Arthur MacAidan, or Arthur of Dariata, a 6th century war prince, Clan Campbell's ancestor, son of Aidan Gabron, king of Dariata, according to the Red Book of Argyll. This Arthur is identified as Arthur of the Round Table. Irish Gaels called Scotty Gaels descended from Milesius, an Iberian ruler. My family, the ancient Pictish family, royal blood lines descendants of King David, tribe of Judah, travelled to Ireland and then Scotland from Iberia, Spain, bringing with them the Stone of Destiny or Stone of Scone and establishing the Scottish monarchy. Famous descendant of Clan Campbell is Diarmid I can't pronounce it, Dwibhnes. He fought a gigantic boar and he was known for his bravery. It's just some information on my family which I like to share. And then you just got this here. So, it's not that. This actually first. Forgive me. It's human rights. We are humans. We have rights. We are prisoners of war. The Third Geneva Convention laws apply to us. Please go to ECHR, European Convention on Human Rights, for any breaches. A breach of our human rights is the police brutality towards our people. And as a police are just a privately run corporation set up in the 1700s. And also another breach which I like to point out is the wicked jab in the morning, my boy, which caused lots of death and injury to people, which could have been prevented, which was just from the 5G towers, which affected lots of people. That's a breach as well, man. Okay, Dundee versus 1452, they put us into perpetual servitude. Saracen is the Negro, another term for Negro. Okay, this is in this book here. In the morning, my boy. Nation Knows a Colour Line by J.A. Rogers, 1700s, college back to page 92. It's at the bottom, middle of the page, it says Saracen. Another term for Negro. They use the Admiralty law within the society, the Kescovy Act 1666. Very corrupt. He used a straw man. Memoirs of the Secret Service of John Mackay during the reigns of King William Queen and King George I. He was a spy who went to spawn the Jacobites. He was also Power Jacobites. Sir Robert Sutton, ambassador to the Grand Senator, and he is described as being fair complexion. And then you have Mr. Stanhope, envoy extraordinary to the State General of the United Provinces. He described as being a black man. Okay, there you go. That's a history lesson. Next, we're just going to read this really quickly. I'm such a rush. So, the Flat Earth Conspiracy by Eric de Bob, it's no conspiracy. And then we're on page 184. So Mason's thinking that Darwinism could serve, in the morning, my boy, Darwinism could serve their goals, played a great role in its dissemination among the masses. Dissemination, forgive me if that's pronounced wrong. As soon as Darwin's theory was published, a group of volunteer propagandists formed around it, the most famous of whom was Thomas Huxley, who was called Darwin's bulldog. Huxley, whose ardent advocacy of Darwinism was the single factor most responsible for its rapid acceptance, brought the world's attention to the theory of evolution in the debate at Oxford University Museum, in which he entered into on the 30th of June 1860 with the Bishop of Oxford, Samuel Wilberforce. Huxley's great, in the morning, my boy, dedication to spreading the idea of evolution, together with its establishment connections, is brought into further light according to the following fact. Huxley was a member of the Royal Society, one of England's most prestigious scientific institutions, and likely nearly all the other members of this institution was a senior Mason. Other members of the Royal Society lent Darwin significant support. In short, Darwin wasn't acting alone. From the moment his theory was proposed, he received the support that came from the social classes and groups whose nucleus was made up of Masons. Haron Yahya, The Theory of Evolution, Revisited, an important example which provides the fact that Darwinism is one of the biggest deceptions of the atheistic Freemasonry, is a resolution carried in a Mason meeting, the 33rd degree Supreme Council of Mizraim Freemasonry at Paris, reveals in its minutes its promotion of the evolution as science, while they themselves scoffed at the theory. The minute read as follows, and what I'm going to do, people, is continue doing this next time tomorrow, okay? So to be continued, people.